getting it, fellas. Look here.
Stand by.
One for C-Lab, two for Troi, Eagle, three for Wolverine to round out the trio. In this episode, everybody dies.
Broadcasting live from the bridge of the NESA Protector. This is The Blah. In this episode, everybody dies. I'm your host, Mulvey. And with me, as always, Jar. He-go.
Greetings.
And not to be forgotten, Orange. Sassy. Squirrel.
Hi.
Welcome to the podcast, folks. This week, as you may have guessed, we're talking about the 1999, now ultimate classic, Galaxy Quest, the seventh greatest Star Trek film of all mankind.
First one being the whale movie?
I'm sure. Well, certainly on this show, yes. Second being Penis Insurrection. Penic Insurrection.
Whoa.
Whoa. The second being Penic Insurrection.
This is the number one movie of the Thermians.
We are going to nerd out. I love the echo intro that Sam Rockwell gives for Jason Nesmith.
It's pretty good.
The perfect way to open the entire movie, and that's why I had to do that.
Yeah.
Even though our names aren't really conducive to that, but whatever, I made it work.
I love when he does that, like, they kind of shift to the other Galaxy Quest cast members, and they sort of, like, are looking at each other like, what the fuck? Oh, it's so good.
It's really good.
Peter.
Quincy. Tiger. Jason Nesmith. So good. Where do you even begin with a film like this? High level.
With Tony Shalhoub, of course.
Or as a YouTuber recently heard just said, Tony Shellhaub.
Are you serious?
Yes.
And they're dead. That's the first example of somebody dying outside of the recording of the show.
Yeah, exactly. Something completely non-related to the show.
That's what I mean, yeah.
And that would be via some sort of satellite laser, like the Crow. You see, the thing is about our Valverde.
No, it's the laser from Real Genius.
Exactly. Our base in Valverde, we are equipped with the Crossbow system.
Mm-hmm.
So we can vaporize targets anywhere on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone that displeases us will get the Crossbow laser to the face.
All you need is a satellite and a rotating mirror.
That's right. Always check your optics. High level. Chadley.
I don't think I'd ever seen this movie before.
Oh, get out of here, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I might have, but I don't think so.
What do you mean? Are you being serious?
Yeah, I'm serious, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I think my high level is that I hadn't seen it before. I should have seen it before. My nerd card probably should be revoked.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it in a first watch sense as like a great send-up of Trek. And then after watching it and reading a bit about it, it was really interesting to see just how beloved it is, and beloved, I should say, how beloved it is, and how some people think it's the best Star Trek movie ever, which I think is kind of funny.
Yeah, me too.
And a lot of the Star Trek cast like it, which I think is pretty awesome. So I went in being like, cool, it's a send-up. It's like the Star Trek version of Spaceballs, but not really. And then like reading about how much everyone loves it, I think that's pretty cool.
Right on, man.
Nice.
Benoit?
I did not want to watch this movie.
What?
You know, back in the day, like I remember I saw the cover for it, and I don't know, I think we were in the midst of, just getting bombarded by Tim Allen movies at that point.
Right.
Yes.
And, just like I saw the cover of it, and I was just like, ugh, no. Yeah. So it took, I think, I don't know, maybe about, 5 or 6 years after it came out or something, a girlfriend of mine was like, have you ever seen that? You have to watch it. I was like, nah, I don't know. It just looks stupid. And she was like, dude, you have to watch it. And of course, it was it exceeded every expectation I had previously had, and I love this movie.
You went out and started making teplapatics.
I did not want to eat them.
I actually had a similar reaction to it when it came out. The events surrounding this film's release are hazy for me at best. But I do remember reacting like that. I was very dismissive of it, it just looked like kind of dumb and cheesy. And I think just to add to what you said, Ben, I believe Home Improvement was still on. I didn't do any looking up of Tim Allen before the show, but I think Home Improvement was still around. It might have been. And he was
those Santa Claus movies and, just.
Right, exactly, yeah. He was definitely like white hot at the time, no doubt.
Yeah.
I don't think it was that turned me off. I think I just saw it and I was like, it just looks dumb. Like, whatever. Some lame sci-fi movie, like, how many of those have we
to
seen
be fair, the
years?
DVD cover did not really give anything away.
No.
But it's a great example of judging a movie by its cover back in the day when you're in a video store, so.
Yeah.
I really did.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, no doubt.
Wait, what?
Orange Street Video, what up?
Wait, what are they called, Kev?
What's that?
The bowl full of worms and jumping beetles and stuff.
Oh, Dr. Lazarus's teplapatics. Sorry. Teplapatics.
Teplapatics.
You can't even say
just
it.
Like Mother Maid.
Yeah, but this is very much like your mud fleas thing that you went on about in the Star Trek episode.
Yes, the Mulvarin mud fleas.
Mulvarin.
Oh, sorry, the Mulvarin mud
I like
fleas.
it.
Nice. Wow, how did we miss that? So anyway, I was dismissive of it, and then I saw it, and I was like, this is possibly the greatest thing I've ever seen. You know what I mean? It's just so damn good, man. Like, even a mild Trek fan would totally appreciate the send-up in this movie. It's just so perfect. And it's gone on. Like, the more I watch it, like, I watched it, like, I think 1.5 times this week, and I was just like, this movie is brilliant. Like, it's just so brilliant on so many levels, and we'll get into that later. But anyway, that's my high level. Why don't we start off talking about Tim Allen? What do you guys think of him? I mean, I was a Home Improvement fan growing up. I'm not like a insane Tim Allen fan, but I always thought Tim Allen was funny.
You don't have like a Tim Allen tattoo on your lower back or anything?
No, I have a tattoo that says that was kind of stupid.
That was a death.
Yeah, I'm dead. An early death.
I think you nailed it earlier, Benny, where like around this time I think the world was saturated with Tim Allen and
oversaturated.
It's been so long since that period that I kind of have some nostalgia for him. It's just like, Tim Allen, that's kind of funny.
Oh yeah, me too. Now I do.
Because I was definitely a Home Improvement fan when I was a kid, but that was the beginning of the too much Tim Allen stuff.
Yeah, I don't have anything against Tim Allen. I like him well enough. I just, at the time, it was really just fatigue,
Yeah, fatigue, definitely fatigue. I mean, the shame of it is it's, like the old saying, make hay while the sun is shining, and it's like,
make your money, bro.
Yeah, when you're acting like that, it's like if you hit a streak, man, it's like just ride it out until they hate your guts.
And then everybody hates you and you can sit in your sweet ass pad in Hollywood Hills or something.
Well, it's interesting that, he I wouldn't say he just dropped off the map, but kind of faded into the background, maybe slithered out the back door. But he started, he's done a bunch of shows where he's like super into like quantum physics, man. And he talks about that stuff, like when he does interviews and he goes on like different types of shows and talks about that stuff a lot, which I think is kind of cool.
That is cool.
Yes, that is cool.
I mean, yeah, I don't know what to say. It's pretty interesting.
No.
I would never have pegged him for a quantum physics head, but I suppose that goes to show me,
I did not know that. He was on Mark Maron's podcast really recently, like maybe a month ago or a couple weeks ago or something, and he made no mention of quantum physics.
Very disappointing. That's not really doing anything to back up what I said.
Nope.
Sure you didn't dream that?
I might have, man. It was a very Crazy night. So, yeah, little Tim Allen fatigue, but I think Tim Allen is a funny guy. I mean, Home Improvement was a great show, and he's done other movies that were good as well. I can't think of a single one off the top of my head, and that's fine.
The Santa Claus.
I was trying to avoid saying that. Those movies are good, though, man.
Yeah. But now that I've got kids, I've seen them.
Yeah, we've never broached those movies yet, but I think that certainly the first one is super popular, and it kind of goes in the pantheon of like great Christmas movies. So, having him in this movie, whether it was during his streak or whatever, like I certainly, when I look at it now, I'm like, he's just perfect. He's perfect for the role. He's great. He totally gets like the hamminess and the, love me, love me, love me, kind of thing that, kind of Shatner thing.
Yeah, I love that. I saw a bit where Shatner was like, the movie was good, but I don't know what Tim Allen was trying to do or who he was trying to take the piss out of. And it was just like, that was you, buddy.
Yeah, I think you missed something there, JT.
That'd be you, sweet lips.
I can't see the forest for the trees.
Totally.
I'm blind to my own vices.
My ego's so big, I can't see it.
That's when I became a planet.
I like what you did there. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I got nothing against Tim Allen, man. I enjoyed seeing him. I think he was well cast, and it was interesting that there was a whole hubbub about that. Harold Ramis left the movie because he was cast or something.
I know. What's up with that, man?
I don't know.
That was weird. But then I think, and then I read that in retrospect, when he saw it, he was like, oh, yeah, he was perfect.
Sure.
Of course.
There's an Amazon documentary about this. I don't know if you guys saw that, but...
What? No.
Yeah, it's on Prime.
I didn't know that was such a thing.
Sorry, were you about to say something, Benny?
No.
Yeah, I was just like looking something up, and it was like, what's it called? It's called Never Surrender, a Galaxy Quest documentary, and it's like an hour and a half, and it's like talking to the cast and everything. I watched a bit of it, and around the time I stopped watching it, they were saying that Ramis was coming off the back of a big flop with Mrs. Doubtfire, Robin Williams, and he like blamed himself for it, and so like I don't know, he must have just had a weird stick in his craw about Tim the Toolman Taylor and just fucking walked away. I don't know.
I'm confused. He was coming off of a flop, which was Mrs. Doubtfire?
Yeah.
No, I was trying to remember Robin Williams' name. Yeah, he was coming off of a flop with Robin Williams, and I think he was like beating himself up about it, saying that he like, I don't know, didn't take advantage of Robin Williams' talent or something. And so I think maybe there was some like residual concern about having a comedian in an action movie. He wanted to have an action star in a comedic movie.
Okay, yep.
And so he just like had creative differences, and they might have just been baggage from the last movie that he did. So maybe that's why he made a dumb decision, and then why he came around in the end saying that they did a good job. So it kind of made sense through that lens.
Interesting. Yeah, that does make sense through that lens for sure. Unfortunate too, because Harold Ramis is. I'm like a huge fan of him, man, as an actor and as a creative person, man. He's, he did Groundhog Day. He did Multiplicity.
Dude, Ghostbusters.
Two excellent funny movies. Well, those are two funny movies he directed. And then there's, the entire Ghostbusters franchise, Stripes, like all that stuff, man.
Did you see that he wanted Alec Baldwin?
I was going to save that for the Nuggets section, Chad, because that's a nugget. It's not really a snipe, man. I wasn't going to... Well, I guess it is. I know you want it to be.
You're wiggling out of all these deaths and snipes, bro. If I steal one of your nuggets, it's a goddamn snipe.
Whoa. All right.
I'm starting to feel like this whole podcast is just turning into you guys like popping up out of the bushes to, snipe the other guy's nugget. Like,
well, I mean, it fits here. I think the idea of a Harold Ramis, Alec Baldwin movie, it just sounds. I mean, it might have been good, but it's just kind of watching this movie and then seeing that, it's just kind of like, huh. That's weird.
I like the movie we got, so as interesting as that would have been, I'm glad we got what we got.
Yeah, I agree completely.
I'll only say that Alec Baldwin, being the comedic tour de force that he is, as we've seen on Saturday Night Live in his various films,
30 Rock,
excellent as Jason Nesmith.
Yeah.
So I think it's probably a rare case where either one of those actors would have been perfect in the role, and I do, like Ben, like you just said, Ben. I love the movie we got. It's
Yeah,
great.
I'm fully on that motorcycle, Benny.
All three of us on the same motorcycle? What?
Yeah, it's one of those like sweet trikes that have like two seats left and right behind the driver.
Ooh. I was thinking more like somebody like stands on the back, like you make like a custom like platform, like on an actual tricycle, so somebody can stand on the back. You know,
Oh,
like
yeah.
that'd be pretty cool.
Okay.
Hold on to your shoulders and pray that you don't fall.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was like President Camacho's,
Oh,
parade
yeah.
ride there.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice. Nice. I like that.
I'm down. Camacho's bike it is.
Would you pass me a beer?
Where shall we fly to next, as it were?
What did y'all think of the send up of Trek and how, what was your kind of feelings on that whole thing?
It was brilliant. It was enough of a send up, but at the same time, not too much of a send up to make it like an annoying, over the top send up movie.
Yeah, like it wasn't like a Spaceballs or something.
Right. I mean, exactly. It had enough of that and enough like references, and then I think a lot of references that most normal people wouldn't get that are nods to Trek stuff, which was cool. But it's like it's its own self-contained film at the same time, and I think that's sort of the killer combo of this movie.
Yeah.
Part of it anyway.
Yeah, it's kind of a loving send up.
Exactly.
I'll save time and just say ditto. Because
Ditto.
you pretty much said it, Kev.
Boom. Yeah, that shit is real as fuck. Yeah, it was good. Like there's it was like almost, that kind of ambiguity. It was like the cast was almost exactly like a TNG or an original series cast, but just like one to the left enough, so it was like Dr. Lazarus was like, mostly Spock, but like a little Worf in there with the weird head makeup and that he never removes. So yeah, I think it was good. What about you, Chad? What did you think about that?
I definitely think that you're saying like they were one step to the left is an interesting way to put it. I saw that Rockwell was trying to model a little bit of his neurotic nature after Hicks in Aliens, which I thought was kind of sick. Or sorry, Hudson.
I saw that too. Yeah,
which is fucking hilarious. Like I love that little like Paxton shout out, especially like the bit where he's like, "There's a red blip coming towards the green blip." Like he definitely has a bit of that Hudson. They're gonna come in here, man, kind of thing.
And he's like, "I think the green blip is us."
It's just the sheer panic. I don't know. I think they are a sidestep away from all of the Star Trek cast, but it's like tropey enough to be perfect. And then you layer in the like actors knowing they're actors and kind of freaking out a bit. It was just, it's pretty fucking hilarious. I definitely had a few chuckles in this one for sure, even though I'm way out of date on it.
Sure, but I think that the other thing that's important about this movie is that it's not just a Trek send-up. It's kind of a sci-fi send-up as well.
Yeah.
So they in the sense of the example you just brought up, they're pulling from multiple different films. You know what I mean? And that I think is what the other part of what makes it great.
Yeah, I agree. Dude, this cast is crazy.
I agree. I think the cast is part of the killer combo.
No doubt.
Movie, man. I mean, it was like the perfect storm of timing in terms of who they got in this movie.
I don't know where to go with that other than, yep.
I definitely found that it made me like I really got like a pang in my heart for Rickman, man. He's just such an amazing dude.
Yeah,
he was so good, and I hadn't really seen him in this, so like. This, along with Marvin the Martian, like just there's two pretty iconic characters in the sci-fi pantheon there.
I agree.
You mean Marvin the robot?
Sorry. Oh my God, that's a death.
Dude, that is a very large death.
He played pretty good Marvin the Martian, actually.
Ludium Q32 space modulator.
God, that's a serious death. Sorry about that.
Apologize to the fans, Chad, not us.
Sorry, everybody.
And now apologize to every nerd on Earth.
Yeah, no, that'll take too long.
Oh, I know what I was going to say about just to circle back for a hypersecond here. Hypersecond.
Whoa.
Nice. I like that. With the nugget sniping from before.
And it was just to say, fuck you.
I'm down with what you said about sniping the nugget, but I want you to die as well.
Oh, okay. You want to circle back to kill me? Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, I am. It's just a retro. Well, you know what it is? I'm using the Omega 13.
I was just going to say you should have used the Omega 13, bro.
The Omega 13. Ooh, this is a good death title. Omega 13.
Omega 13 minutes ago, death.
Omega 13.
If only going back in time 13 minutes could get me out of doing this podcast.
So you don't have to listen to us do this again? Yeah.
This is legendary Rickman territory.
Oh,
this
yeah.
movie. It's just he's so quotable in this. Like, I don't know how many times I've, just been waiting for an opportunity to say, by Grabthar's hammer, what a savings.
I know that's your favorite, dude.
I love that so much.
I really get down with like Kuiil and the whole Mokhtar stealth haze and the Mokhtar chance of strength.
God,
that's my
dude.
favorite thing ever, dude.
I love the Mokhtar shit. It's so funny.
It is.
So that's cool, Chad, that you had this little extra awesome performance from Rickman that you hadn't seen.
Yeah, it was
yet.
a treat, man. It was a treat.
Definite treat.
And I think like in a funny way, it's like almost the best performance to see of his, kind of in terms of like one of the last things I'll see fresh, because of how like jaded he was, and then like he turns around at the end and the death scene of the dude who's like, "You're like my dad," It's just it's just perfect, man. It's just perfect.
I love that they did that. They like gave him a sincere opportunity to do his, I will avenge you line that he was just like so jaded on and hated doing so much and was just so fucking tired of doing it for people.
It was perfect for him.
Yeah, I think that I'm going to just thread jack this slightly. Like, I think that is what is the really amazing part about this movie, is that what you just described right there. Because you have a comedy film, it's a send-up of science fiction, sort of Trek heavy, but you have the most unbelievable cast of really capable actors, man. And it's like, it's funny all the way throughout. And the actors, they know what's up, and they do the great job of just playing it straight and letting the comedy just fall where it may. But there's a couple of moments in this movie that are like really poignant and like legitimately dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
like the Kuiil death, like I was getting a little choked up watching that because it was so good. Because it's almost like, the movie's like rolling along and it's like comedy, heavy dramatic moment. And they blend it in so perfectly, man, and like that's what makes this movie just like, it's such a beautiful film in that respect, because it's so perfectly crafted in those aspects,
Mm-hmm.
And I just love that,
Yeah, it's got some heart for sure.
Oh,
yeah.
Massive heart, dude. It's like, and the way that they shifted the tone right there, and Patrick Breen, the actor that played Kuiil, he's been in a bunch of stuff, and the actor that played Teb as well. Like, those guys are, they didn't have like huge roles, but every kind of second and third ring character in this movie were populated by really great actors that even went on to do great stuff or were just super capable and had, went on to do like tons of like smaller character roles. And it just makes it so damn good, man,
Yeah.
Like Patrick Breen and his whole like dedication to the Mokhtar is like, you can feel that shit. You know what I mean? Like, he's so into it.
It's awesome. And like Rickman is just like sort of forced to go along with it, like he's just.
Well, yeah, because he's like, he sees how devoted he is to it, and it's like he suddenly like realizes that it's like a sacred thing, you know what I mean? And he's like, I'll dare not, make fun of this person or be like, oh, it's just a stupid TV show, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but he's like, he's like surprised to see that it's like actually working,
Well, yeah, that too, yeah.
Like they do the Mokhtar chant of strength and they're able to like force the door open, so that's.
And then again in the death scene, like it's a beautiful scene, man, when he dies. Like,
Yeah.
it's a great showcase of Rickman's talent, man, because he goes full on dramatic Rickman right there, and he dials that line in so good.
But then immediately walks out of the hallway and does like a football tackle, which is perfect as well. Like it threads the needle for sure.
Oh, definitely. It's great when Dr. Lazarus gets pissed. It's like, yes.
I mean, when you're talking about heart too, I think like the nerds and the fans and stuff were a big part of it too. It was like acknowledging and positively kind of showing the fans and their adoration for the series. Even Justin Long and his buddies being part of the plot, where they have to call in the nerds to tell them the specs of the ship. It's like the funniest shit.
Oh, it's perfect, man. This was incidentally Justin Long's debut performance.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And a great one too, and he's a very funny dude.
Yeah, no doubt. It's like every nerd's nerdgasm is like, the thing you've been obsessing about is real, and then you get called in for your fucking lore knowledge of it. It's just so funny, man.
And again, like the writing is so damn strong in this movie that, the setup for the finding out that it's real bit is just great because he's like explaining to Taggart that, I know it's a show and da 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 da, and he's like, it's real. I knew it. Like it's such a great 180, dude.
I'm not an idiot. I know it's not real. It's real. I knew it.
That's pretty good, dude. That sounded pretty close to him.
Yeah, good stuff there.
Anyway, there's just continuing on that thread for a second. Or possibly wrapping it up. There's a lot of moments like that in this film that I think are really a huge part of the magic of what makes this a timeless movie, a cult movie, like the best send up. Like it's so good that it was even voted by Trek nerds to be the 7th best Star Trek film of all time. I mean, that is a pretty great honor.
Seriously. You like won a Nebula and stuff. Like it won all kinds of awards.
Oh my God, yeah. And rightly so. Yeah.
In terms of the cast, I think Rickman, I was just happy to see him. Tony Shalhoub, he kind of steals the show here, man. Like I think he's one of the stronger characters in the whole thing. And coming off of his awful TMNT Master Splinter, it was he fucking hit a home run here, man.
Yes.
Yes, I believe this was. I'm pretty sure I said that this was the movie that turned me on to Mr. Tony Shalhoub.
Oh, Shalhoub, yeah.
Tony Shalhoub.
Shalhoub. This didn't turn me on to him, but when I saw that he was in it, I was like, oh man, this gonna be good.
I love that he kind of just like was all squinty eyed and like, I don't know, kind of seemed like he was a stoner. Yeah,
I was gonna say he kind of seemed like he was baked the whole time.
Like we should, change the power coupling or whatever, Like, let's do that. It's like,
yeah, he's like the Scooby-Doo stoner. They don't actually ever show him smoking a joint, but it's like he's super mellow. He's always like looking for a snack, Like, he's always just like, whoa, far out, man, Like,
he kind of does the opposite of what everybody else does in many cases, like when everybody's freaking out when they get, sort of goo teleported for the first time. Like he comes in last and he's like, what's up with those guys?
That was great.
Yeah, man.
Or when he's in the engine room, he's like, hey guys, they wanted me to tell you that the, looks over his shoulder, the generators are overheating or whatever. It was great.
When Rickman and Alan get into the fake fight and they get the, they get the baddie aliens in the airlock. Shalhoub is just like, did you notice that door was sticking out? I'll get my boys up here with a can of WD-40.
Yes. Yes. That was really great. I don't
It's
remember
like a
that
great
line
line.
from previous viewings. It's so good.
And then just the, like using the digital conveyor to, pull up the Grignac rock monster to fucking cause chaos and like destroy all the baddies.
That was pretty brilliant, man.
Like, it's just the little things in life, Like, he definitely kind of steals the show for sure.
I don't know. I didn't really feel like he stole the show. Like, other actors have done in other films we've talked about. I thought this was a really well-rounded group, you know, and everybody was just allowing for everybody to have their time and their moments. You know what I mean? So like we get plenty of Rockwell, you know, as Guy laying down the red shirt vibes. You know, we get plenty of Gwen DeMarco and plenty of Tech Sergeant Chen, all of it. You know, that's one of the things I really like about it. I mean, it's a little, you know, it's a little Tim Allen heavy at times, but I think it's pretty well rounded. You know, we get enough of the Thermians even to really, you know, get to know and love those characters as well.
Yeah, they're so like innocent and naive, and you just want to play along.
Oh man,
Dude, they're all so good.
Let's take a second to talk about the Thermians.
Talk about stealing the show, man. Enrico
Yes.
Colantoni.
Dude.
I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly, but
No, you got it.
as Mathazar is just amazing, man. The more I watch this movie, the more I am just enamored with his performance.
You're blown away at how brilliant he is. Oh my
It's
god,
just incredible, man. And I don't know who came up with the idea for the mannerisms of the
that was him actually.
Thermians. What was it? Him?
Yeah,
The voice
well,
was,
finish
yeah.
your thought, man, and I'll tell you the little nug there.
Well, you're kind of finishing it for me, but I was just like, I was going to say, I don't know who came up with that, but it's brilliant. And if it was him and then everybody like went along with his invention there, that's just it's even better than I could imagine.
Well, if you really you think about it for a second, Ben, like he's actually the only one that does that. It's as it was described in the blurb that I read, that it was like a monotone kind of sing-song, right? But he's really the only one that does it, you know, because when you think about Teb and Kuiil and what's her name? It's not Leilani. I know that's not right.
Laliari.
Yeah. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. I think that you know, he's really the only one that does that. But he came up with it, and you know, just like on his own, and like everybody loved it in the cast and in the crew, so they were
Pretty
like, you gotta
great.
keep that in there. And I agree with you. I think it's just brilliant.
I guess I'm sort of thinking about the mannerisms, like the
Walking and stuff.
the way they walk, and you know, it's like they all like have that like just ridiculous laugh, and like they start clapping like the wrong way, like they're clapping vertically, like with their arms fully extended in front of them. Just like all that stuff is, you know, I don't know if he came up with that, but it's awesome.
Yeah, he came up with the way of talking. I don't know who came up with the physical mannerisms, but you're right. They're totally brilliant. Like, they're all stiff and weird, you know? It's great.
I saw the walking was pulled from a marionette kind of sci-fi show from the 60s,
Ooh.
which was kind of cool.
That's an interesting nugget, yeah.
Mm. But the whole thing, the whole species, I don't know. I just am so kind of bored with humanoid alien species, and I feel like this is like perfect. Like it's like the best example of how to do it right. Like it's just fucking great.
Of how to do alien species or how to make fun of them?
But how to make like a humanoid
both.
alien species that's enjoyable. It doesn't need to be like, it can be enjoyable because it's really well done. It can be enjoyable because it's scary. It can be enjoyable because it's funny. But like so often in these shows, for budgetary reasons or other, it's just like a boring humanoid with some stupid prosthetic. But these guys just had like fucking Beatlemania haircuts and like the weirdest mannerisms ever, and just like gray faces, and it was perfect. It was just so good.
They were kind of like I agree with you, man. I think that I'm gonna dare to say that the amount of energy they put into the Thermians probably rivals every other alien quote race that we've seen in all of the Star Trek universe.
A lot of the time, sure.
You know what I mean? In terms of the energy that they put into it. Like, it was fantastic, man. They created, and they were all like synced up with it, man. They created like this whole weird thing of awkward mannerisms. And, you know, it's kind of like they were all kind of like super awkward Spocks, you know, in another universe kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like if you had a planet of Spocks, you know, that were super naive, it would like, I think it kind of would be the Thermians, man.
I guess like the thing I liked most about them as a longtime listener, first time caller was like that they fit in perfectly in the convention. Like you're like, are those oh no, those must be the aliens. Like you could mistake them for fucking cosplay. I loved that.
Totally.
Not to mention that they're actually holographic projections, and
Yeah.
In actuality, they're like these squid-like sort of creatures.
Yeah, which was hilarious.
From Mon Calamari.
And pretty sick fucking...
Oops, Star Wars stuff.
Ooh, nice one. Pretty sweet effects for the late 90s, too.
Yeah, really decent effects and like really good practical effects. All the creature effects and stuff were terrific.
Yeah, especially the fucking arachnid dudes or whatever. It was pretty good animatronics.
The witch dudes?
The baddies, the green baddies, whatever.
Oh, yeah, totally. I mean, this... Again, another part of what makes this movie great. It's, they gave this film a budget, man. And, like, they used it well. Everything looks amazing. Like, all the space shots, like, they look incredible, man. Like, as good, if not better, than certain Star Trek stuff, So that's enough of a nod right there. I mean, creature effects, all of that stuff was fantastic.
No doubt.
The Omega-13, everything.
One of my favorites is, like, the... that like kind of pig dog, pig lizard beast that
right.
that Nesmith thinks is like the
Gragnak.
He thinks he's the Grignak, but
the Grignak, yeah.
Like that thing is amazing.
Yeah, and gross.
Totally had that Mandalorian I Have Spoken fucking animal vibes. The ones that they ride on?
Oh, the Blurrgs?
Yeah, the two-legged Blurrgs kind of thing.
A little bit.
Yeah, it did. It did have a little Blurrg vibe going on. Kind of wishing Kuiil would come back to life and ride into the valley and help out.
But it was funny, Like it didn't do anything funny, but it was just like it visually conveyed comedy to me.
Yeah, no doubt.
Totally. Like it was so stupid looking, man. It was like one of those great like, oh, let's take these two creatures and mash them together, and that'll be our like baddie for the episode. You know what I mean? And they just. I don't know. They didn't miss a beat with this movie, Yeah,
even just the obvious trope, but the need to go on a mission down to a planet and then run into some shenanigans and stuff. They took all the tropes and like made fun of them with such loving care that they all worked so well as opposed to being like super overblown.
Yeah, it was done excellently. Of course, Tim Allen ends up by himself, shirtless fighting the giant beast. It's very, very, very Kirk right there.
No doubt.
And it's in the desert, It's
great, man. Especially the way his shirt just magically disappears, like in one cut. You know what I mean? Like they do a cut too, and he's rolling on the ground with no shirt. And you're like, wait, what?
I saw a quote from George Takei who said he fucking howled when that happened. When they were like, oh, he lost his shirt again. And he was just like cracking up because of how like Shatner it was. I thought it was fucking great. I think I just love the idea of the Trek cast getting a kick out of this just as much as we did.
Yeah, I did too, man. I think that's really cool. I think it seems like it was pretty cathartic for the original cast members.
And TNG, I guess, too.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they borrowed a little bit from both.
Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, I think, maybe a little bit more so from the original series because, all the Shatner stuff and all the other things. But
yeah, I guess Brent Spiner. Is it Spiner?
Yeah, Spiner.
Yeah, Brent. I guess Brent Spiner saw it and loved it and went to Patrick Stewart and was like, dude, you got to see this. And then he's like, I love it. So there's definitely a bit of love there, too. And Brent Spiner was like, why the hell didn't we do this? Like saying that he wanted to make a movie where like the Star Trek actors get mistaken for their Star Trek counterparts, which would have been pretty fucking funny, too.
Ooh, that would have been really funny.
That would have been great.
How about that Gwen DeMarco?
Dude, Sigourney Weaver is just fantastic. Oh my God.
Everything she's done is fantastic. And she's like, I could almost go so far as to say she's like the queen of sci-fi, dude. I mean, she was in the original, right? She was in the original Alien in 1979, dude, right? I mean, that kind of makes her the queen almost.
Between Alien and Ghostbusters, man, she's been in some pretty epic sci-fi movies.
Yeah, there you go, man. Like Ghostbusters, she did Aliens, Alien 4, Avatar. Oops. You know, all these things, man.
Man, you just stepped in it.
I did.
Benny's favorite, Raka.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
From when we did the Blomkamp episode, Benny's like, I don't care about Blomkamp.
Oh, right,
That's awesome,
right.
man.
I'm not in the Blomkamp.
Love it.
That's what I said in the episode.
Well, I love it again then.
Yeah, and Sigourney Weaver is so good in this, man. She just like she's so funny and she gets it. You know, the trope of like like her job on the ship is like to just like ask the computer questions and repeat what it says, you know. Like we've made fun of the like Troi and the like Captain, I'm sensing something thing here, but you know, like it's that trope, you know, and she does it so well, and it's you know, just like suffering the indignity of it so well and just being hilarious.
I think I think she runs with it, man. I mean, she just runs with the whole trope and the cliche and making fun of it, and it's
the cleavage and the like,
oh my god, dude.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
And the hair.
You know? Yeah, she's so good, man. It might be one of my favorite things that she's done. I mean, she's been great in everything, but it's just like she really knocked it out of the park with this movie for sure.
It's really hard for me to recall a Sigourney Weaver role that I didn't like or thought that she didn't do as great in, but it's like impossible, man. She's just so damn good, so damn capable, man. And she can slide into virtually any genre and just crush it, you know? Like she's great in these comedy movies, you know, and she kills in like really serious dramas as well, man.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad in sci-fi movies either. Is that a death? Yeah. Okay, I'm dead again.
Dave. I think one of my favorites is Dave.
Dave,
man.
Oh, we talked about that. Yes, oh my God, I love that movie. That was a movie, that is a great example of a movie that every time it was on HBO, I watched it.
It's a good movie. It's on HBO a lot.
It was. I watched it a lot. It's damn good, man.
Not to objectify Sigourney Weaver too much, but she is a stunning, stunning woman.
She's a stunning specimen.
Yes, she is. She's very unique
and real,
you know,
as opposed to all the fake bullshit.
It's a very unique beauty.
Yeah, very unique looking. She's got a very interesting look, you know, and her features, you know. I think that's part of what kind of draws people to her, you know, and makes people love her and her work, you know.
And this was such a perfect send up of the objectification bullshit, you know. Like I guess she was nervous about, you know, how people put her on a pedestal with, you know, Ripley and how she's like all badass and all this and that, and just being able to like put on a blonde wig and just be a bubbly bimbo. Like she said that she really enjoyed that. So I think that's kind of cool. Have some fun.
Yeah, no, she was great, man.
It's definitely got some Beeblebrox vibes from Rockwell in this, man. I love Rockwell.
You know what? Yeah, I mean, look, we all love Rockwell. Ben got me into Rockwell. I think the more the time goes on, like, and I watch him, like, Beeblebrox is so Rockwell. Like, it's probably, I don't know for real, but it seems really close to Rockwell himself because you get so many bits of Beeblebrox in all of these damn movies, man, that he does.
Mm-hmm.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, he's got a thing he brings to all the roles he does. That's not, you know, some actors kind of seem like they're just, you know, they're kind of the same in every movie and they play themselves. And I'm not saying it's something like that, but there's definitely something quantifiable that he seems to bring to every role that he does. And he's just so fucking funny, man. He does that so well. I mean, he does everything well, but like in a comedy, he's incredible, man. He just brings so much energy, just crushes it, man. Yeah, no different in this one. Dude, I forgot all about this. Like at the end of the movie, there's like the, you know, like they've rebooted the series.
Yeah.
And he's now a major character in the series, and his name is Rock
Security
Ingersoll.
Chief. Totally. And it's in quotes too. Security Chief Rock Ingersoll.
Ingersoll.
And that's the Beeblebrox moment, Ben. You know, because that's when they introduce him and you see his name, the titling on the screen, is when he turns to the camera and he does like a wink and a guns, you know, and
Totally.
it's like he's so Beeblebrox.
Yeah.
And he's
so
like doing that
Beeblebrox.
strut, like chewing gum, like it's so damn funny.
No doubt.
Yeah, and I don't know if he just you get the impression that he's the one that was like that came up with the name, you know. It's like that, or he just inhabits it so well that, you know, it seems like that. So,
oh, you know, he came up with that name.
yeah.
Have you guys seen any of his more recent stuff, like Jojo Rabbit or Three Billboards?
3 Billboards was amazing. I've seen most of his stuff. You know, I think Moon is a super standout to
Moon,
me.
I want to do Moon so bad on this show.
We do, yeah. We need to do Moon, man. I think Benny turned me on to that movie originally.
It's a good movie.
Oh, it's incredible.
He's fucking funny in Jojo Rabbit too. I'd recommend checking that out.
Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. Now I want to watch 3 Billboards again. Benny, have you seen 3 Billboards?
I haven't seen 3 Billboards. I think I saw Jojo Rabbit, but I don't know. I'm drawing a blank.
You should watch Billboards just for Rockwell.
Watched a lot of movies in quarantine, so
Yeah, totally.
some of them kind of melted into each other and
Yep.
sort of, you know, became background noise. So I got to go ahead and watch both of those again, or for the first time,
Whichever is the case.
Whichever
is the case.
Jojo Rabbit was the Hitler Youth one by YTT.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah, it's good. But Rockwell in Jojo Rabbit's worth seeing for sure. I love Rockwell.
And three Billboards.
And
too.
3 Billboards.
Let's be real here. So damn good. God, so much love here. I forgot where we were. Do we talk about Shalhoub enough?
Yeah, Master Splinter. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, you know what? I just gotta say, like, you know, again, in terms of like playing to the tropes, like, I just love the name Tech Sergeant Chen. It's so dumb and so awesome at the same time. And I love that they used him to really just, you know, drive the trope home of using, like, in Tony's case, the Lebanese actor to play the Asian guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they made it so overtly overt, it makes it even better, you know? It was fantastic. He's just so not Asian. Like, and then his name is Fred Kwan. Like, that makes even less sense. I don't know, whatever. I just think it's great.
No, it's super funny.
That whole thing is fake. Great.
What about the kid navigator dude, Daryl Mitchell? Has he been in a bunch of other stuff?
Yes, and I don't remember what.
If anybody can Kev this, it would be you.
Well, yeah, Kev just hasn't Kev'd it. It's like a paradox. I feel like he was in, wasn't he in Psych? Or was that a different guy that looks like him?
Couldn't tell you, bro.
Remember that show, Psych?
Nope.
You know what I'm talking about? Oh, the John Larroquette show. That's what I remember him from.
What the fuck is the John Larroquette show?
Well, John Larroquette was on Night Court, and remember that? You remember John Larroquette?
Remember
He was
Night
in
Court?
Stripes. Yeah, he was super funny in Stripes too. He played like the commander who kept screwing everything up. Anyway,
You did everybody Kev's it, buddy. Thank you.
kind of. I tried.
It worked.
What the hell happened to John Larroquette?
What did happen to John Larroquette? Should we find out? I'm just gonna go ahead and eject.
I'm kind of curious.
Well, firstly, he's still alive. It's important.
Look, you're
What?
ejecting to find out what happened to a dude that has nothing to do with this movie.
That's the beauty of it, Chad.
That's the best kind of ejection.
Well, exactly. And it's just so this show, you know? Like, what would this show be without some comment like that or an ejection like that? I mean, come on. I'm racking up the deaths here. Gee whiz.
Well, you
Gee
kind of started it with
whiz.
Taika Waititi, man.
Yeah, that's true. I was trying to talk about how Sam Rockwell brings a certain something to his movies. And being a fucking Nazi soldier in one and like a cop in, a cop in another one, and then you know, a moon-based dude in another one, but it's all Sam Rockwell all the way down. So there was a method to the madness, but it just turned into madness.
That's what this podcast is all about.
That's it.
What, madness?
Death and madness.
death and madness.
Oh, easy there, Herzog.
Nice one. I
It's
like that.
clear to me that the subtext of this podcast is death and madness.
Good one. Good one.
That was a terrible Herzog. I don't know what happened to my...
That's all right. It's been a while.
I didn't think it was that bad. I thought my response was totally dumb. Oh, you know what? You know what, John?
Stupid is as stupid does. What's that?
No, that sums up the three of us.
No doubt.
Did you ever eat paint chips as a kid?
Focus, Trinity. Tell us about John Larroquette.
John Larroquette was in Richie Rich.
Shut the fuck up.
He was 1994. Oh, that's why nobody remembers. No, he was in. He was in. The thing with the thing, and then the John Larroquette show, Night Court. I think was his most famous thing, I guess, and then the John Larroquette show, and then he was on Boston Legal, I guess, for a while. I don't know. That was about it. He did some movies, Stripes, Meatballs 2, Richie Rich, but that's kind of it.
I didn't give a shit when you started talking about it, and now I I give negative shits.
Wow. It's crazy. I love how you egged me on to keep going just so you could
just so I could stomp on you.
It's when you came out with Richie Rich, it just wasn't worth the time, man.
I don't know though. When you came out with Han Solos, I was so mad at you, and then the more we talked about it, the more into it I got. So.
Oh, that was so brilliant. Come on, man.
No, I mean, like, when you first said it, I was really mad, and then I came around and thought it was genius. So, like, you were right, you know?
Okay, I'm gonna, well, maybe this will blow your mind, maybe not. We just did the Whale movie, right? And I did mention that I watched Star Trek 3 before I watched the Whale movie. John Larroquette played...
The Whale?
He played, he plays starring as the whale, John Larroquette. No, he played the second in command of Doc Brown, Klingon Doc Brown in Star Trek 3, Search for Spock.
Okay. Oh, my God.
Klingon Doc Brown.
He played Klingon Marty to Klingon Doc Brown.
I love how fucking hung up on this you are, man.
Marty!
I don't care. I don't care. You keep asking me more questions. You're like, so tell us.
No, I said it once.
No. I know exactly what's going on here. I know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to trap me in a circular loop of logic, and it's not going to work. Okay? Because I've been to the Matrix. I know what it's like.
Jeff, I hate to break it to you, but it's working.
It's working, bro.
This is the thing, ladies and gentlemen, where Chad eggs me on and then beats on me every time I open my mouth. It's great. No, tell us more about John Larroquette. Dude, shut up!
I'm going to make the show art for this entire episode just John Larroquette.
See you next Tuesday, sir.
I'm sure he's worked his way into the title of the show, or we're going to edit all of this out. So
either way,
you never know. We haven't had a really good cul-de-sac in a while that was just so utterly nonsensical. So this may be it.
I don't know, man. We had like a 20-minute serial cul-de-sac in that other one. Ended up in a great place.
It really did, and that's the most important thing. Anyway, let's get back on track. Why were we even talking about John Larroquette? Oh, because of Daryl Mitchell. Right, got it. Okay.
Because we were trying to find something that the Kid Navigator did.
Holy 6 degrees and nothing, man. Yeah, Daryl Mitchell. He's funny. You know, he's funny in this.
Yeah, he was great. That bit where he takes the ship out and kind of scrapes it along the side, I found that quite good.
I mean, we've seen that done, that device done so many times, right? And this one was really good. They do that stuff in Archer too, and it really works well there. And this one was just great. Like the way that they got everybody's reaction, you know, it was perfect.
They're all like moving their bodies to turn the ship. Like back when you used to give someone who didn't know how to play video games the controller and they would turn their hands.
Yes. All those people have been put in a camp, by the way.
Whoa. They're in Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah, he gets injured on the I'm going to stop your shenanigans now.
Okay.
He gets injured on the bridge in their first encounter with the green baddies.
He just loses
and
it.
He just has this hilarious howling, like he breaks his arm and he's like howling, like it just sticks out in my mind as being really funny.
Yeah, totally.
I can't do it, but
No, it is. You're right. It's a good bit. He's also like dialing in the like kid trope and the black guy trope. So, you know, he nails it like on all three fronts.
But it's the kid trope and it's the child actor trope and it's the washed up child actor trope. So it's like all of the tropes.
You're right. It's like a hexagonal thing. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. You're right.
Dorito, how you've grown.
Yeah.
Especially the climax of that character's arc where it's like, okay, you go here, we're going to go shut down the reactors. Like, what should I do? Practice driving, and he just watches old episodes of himself as a kid.
I love how he's pantomiming while he's watching the episodes.
That's great.
Again, there's no stone left unturned in this movie. What else about Laredo?
Who's Laredo?
Oh my God, you are dead. Die in a horrible fire. That's Tommy, the young Laredo dude, Daryl Mitchell.
I'm looking at IMDb and it only has their actors' names from the movie, not their character names.
Fire death.
It's like a dude playing the dude disguised as another dude kind of a scenario going on.
Every time I see the Mathazar guy's name, Enrico, I just want to start singing Enrico Palazzo, but I'm going to hold off.
Feel free, though. That guy, Enrico, was on, just really for the folks at home, I think he's most famous for, or most well known for probably this and Just Shoot Me with David Spade, that sitcom from, I don't know when that was, 90s or early 2000s.
Wasn't he also in the John Larroquette show?
Yeah, with the Gary Cole. Not Gary Cole. Jesus, I screwed that up. That was so terrible. Oh my God.
Didn't he play Admiral
I
Pike?
can't even
Yeah,
make
Admiral
fun of
Pike,
myself.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Did he play Admiral Pike in Star Trek?
Well, you know, Ben, it's fascinating that he did. And what's really fascinating is that that's what I was trying to say, Bruce Greenwood, but I said Gary Cole instead. So I totally screwed up making fun of myself. That's like total death.
Gary Cole? It's like a Barbara Dillbeck moment.
Oh, well, yeah, that was a little different, but yeah, similar. This was like I was trying to like, you know, do what you just did, Admiral Pike, you know, and I just got the name wrong because I only slept for 3 hours, but whatever. Hey, show must go on.
Feeling punchy. I feel like we're at the bottom of the barrel in the cast here.
Are we really? What about Missy Pyle? Patrick Breen, the guy that plays Teb.
Okay, go for it.
Well, I just talked about I sort of mentioned them before. I'll just give them a quick mention again. I wouldn't have to like go into like a whole thing, but Kuiil is played by Patrick Breen, and Missy Pyle plays Leigh Lowry. Awesome. She was fantastic, man. And Jed Reese plays Teb. Okay, and they've all gone on to do a ton of different stuff. Missy Pyle in particular is like a really interesting actress. She played Fran Davidovich from Dodgeball, the weird Russian chick.
Oh yeah,
like she's kind of like she's like does all these like against type roles. Like she's like a character actor, and she does like a lot of like heavy, you know, sort of prosthetic makeup roles. But she's kind of a dish too, man. You know, so it's sort of against type.
Yeah.
You know, like in this, and she's been in Big Fish, Dodgeball, and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and, you know, one of the Harold and Kumar movies, and, you know, bunch of stuff like that. So she's, I don't know, super talented, man. And I don't know if this is her first role. It might have been. But at any rate, she's fantastic. And Patrick Breen and Jed Reese that play Teb and Kuiil are just fantastic in this movie, and they really just, you know, bolster the already great performances of the main cast, you know, and they're giving it 110%, and I think it elevates the film. That's it.
Yeah, man, I totally agree. They were all pretty awesome. All the small parts were played by fantastic peeps.
Totally, man. God, I'm so shot. I need to go do the Mokhtar chant of strength so I can finish this damn show.
I definitely this is maybe a bits and bobs.
I'll do it with you, Kev. You ready?
Let's do it.
Narok, Taroth, Narok, Taroth, Narok, Taroth. You feeling better now?
I do, actually. I feel energized. .com.
This may be a bits and bobs territory here, but I just, before I forget, I want to really just give a fucking huge shout out to Kevin McDonald in this at the end.
Oh, man, right?
Dude.
Yes.
I just love that one of the members of Kids in the Hall is in this movie.
I know.
Chris!
Talk about bit parts.
Chris!
It's so good. I just saw him and I was just fucking so pumped at the end. I kind of didn't give a shit about the end of the movie. I was just so pumped to see him.
I forgot that he was in this, and it's so great that he just rolls in for that one teeny scene in that teeny part, you know?
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's just fucking great.
Harry. Balls.
Are we bits and bobsing? I mean, we didn't really talk about the movie, but.
Well, what's there to talk about? Everybody knows
that's it. I think we're at bits and bobs, dudes. Well, that was my first bob.
Okay, that's a good bob.
What's the difference between a bit and a bob?
Yeah, I don't know, Jahigo.
I don't know.
We touched on it, but the gel transport scene.
So great.
Oh yeah.
When they arrive on the ship, and the crew forgot to turn their holograms on, and they're investigating them with all these just the cast is so fucking funny. In that part, their reactions are just priceless, especially fucking Sam Rockwell is just
screaming
hysterical. That scene just gets me every time.
Agreed.
I guess if you watch that closely, I didn't know this, but if you watch it closely, Weaver wasn't expecting Rockwell to scream, and she kind of startles the shit out of her, which I like. I like that kind of thing. Like the old Rickman surprise drop in Die Hard. You got to keep people on their toes.
Yeah, no, I love when you get real stuff like that stays in films. It always adds more authenticity. Fantastic.
Maybe in that same kind of part of the movie or similar timing in the movie, I really liked the Nesmith going on the bridge for the first time, and he's kind of got the hungover, I don't know, Lebowski-esque kind of thing. And he's just yeah, whatever, just shoot the fucking phasers and hit the blue ones and the red ones. Yeah, all right, I'm out of here. This is really...
You know what I'd really like? I'd like a drink holder and a Coke.
That was great, man. I really enjoyed the him on the bridge as the schlub.
No doubt. He was fantastic. And just a special nod to really looking like he had been out drinking the night before. We've seen that sort of thing in movies, but there's something special about the way he looked. They just really nailed it, you know?
No doubt, bro.
The only really bit I have and or Bob would be, I already said it. I think my favorite thing is Quilek and the whole Mokhtar religion thing or whatever that is.
Yeah.
He just totally gets down with it, and he drops down from the ceiling, and he's talking about the Mokhtar the stealth haze.
The Mokhtar stealth haze.
I just love it, man. It just cracks me up. He's so into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Lazarus is just wow, he really believes in this shit.
No, I think this classifies as a bit, but I loved Alan Rickman having a little chunk of hair sticking out of the top of his prosthetic and one of the at the end there.
Kind of like the comb-overs and Kingpin coming unraveled at the end. Yeah. Good times.
Yeah, just the fact that he keeps it on through that entire thing. It's it's clear that he's just forgotten, or maybe he's keeping it on to not freak out the Thermians, or I have no idea. But it's just funny that he wears it through the whole thing.
Well, including when he's on the phone with Sigourney Weaver or walking around his kitchen in the early stages of the movie.
Right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I forgot about that too, man. What part is that? Does that happen at the very beginning?
I think it's in the
first
really
appearance?
early stages after the I think it's before the ribbon cutting and after the fucking opening Trek Fest or whatever convention. Yeah, thank you. Drawing a blank. Where like they're just like on the phone talking shit about Tim Allen.
Yes. That's it. That's all I got for bits and bobs.
Rainn Wilson's debut film.
As well, yes.
Here's a Bob.
There's a Bob, dude. It's a good one.
And that's it for me.
Okay. Nuggets death ratings?
Yep. I thought this was a good nugget. This is kind of a nug out where J.J. Abrams said that one of the 2009 Star Trek team's favorite movies was Galaxy Quest. And the sequence in the 2009 Star Trek reboot where Kirk and Sulu are flying through the air towards Vulcan without a parachute is an homage to Tony Shalhoub's great save with the transporter. And I've always felt like that Star Trek scene was kind of not really Star Trek-y, and I kind of love that it kind of now is, considering that Galaxy Quest is an honorary Trek movie.
I do too, man. I read that nug too, and I was like, I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah, that's cool.
Very cool.
Super cool, man. This is interesting. Tony Shalhoub actually auditioned for Guy Fleckman.
Oh, yeah?
And Sam Rockwell won the role, and then they gave him Fred Kwan instead.
Well, the movie worked out all the better for having both of them. That's funny.
Totally, man.
I can't really picture Shalhoub there, but he probably could have pulled it off.
I can't either. He's not right for that bit. Sam Rockwell's perfect. What else you got, Chad?
This is the second feature film from director Dean Parisot, whose first television directing gig was an episode of Reading Rainbow in which LeVar Burton takes the viewers behind the scenes of Star Trek The Next Generation.
Whoa.
What?
It's kind of random.
That's cool. That is very cool. Apparently Sam Rockwell almost backed out of this movie.
Really?
He had won a leading role in an independent film. And none other than Kevin Spacey convinced him to do this movie. So I guess we have Kevin Spacey to thank for...
There you go. I wonder if they befriended each other on the set of the Moon.
Who?
Spacey and Rockwell.
Moon came out way after this.
Oh, yeah.
Spacey was in Moon?
Yeah, he was the voice of the AI.
Oh, right. I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
Yeah, good call, Benny. The timing of that comment was retarded because it came out fucking 15 years after this.
Well, you're dumb.
Well, you're fucking dumb.
What do you got, Chad?
The only other somewhat nugget I've got is the rock monster that I want to call the Garthark, but I'm not going to.
The Garthog?
Narfle the Garthark.
Narfle the Garthog.
But evidently the rock monster is a mocking tribute to Shatner, who desperately wanted rock monsters in the climax of Star Trek V, but had to cut them for budgetary reasons, and I kind of think that's fucking hysterical.
Let me correct you, Chad. Arguably the worst Star Trek film.
There you go.
Star Trek V, The Final Frontier. Go ahead.
No, that's it.
Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a bricklayer.
I just like that it was even the rock monster was a send up to Shatner, which is great. Send up of Shatner.
Let's see. I got a couple more. You know what's interesting, man? Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you guys know this. Maybe the fans know this or not. But I guess the whole scene when he goes to the bathroom and people are like, oh my god, he's so washed up. Like the guy hasn't had an acting role in so long. I guess that really happened to Shatner.
Really?
At a Trek convention.
That would suck.
So that's taken like right from real life.
Get a life.
Go figure, man. He's he went on to just become more beloved, man. I mean, come on, right?
Hotwire.com. What's his
Hotwire.com.
Wasn't Hotwire. What was
Priceline?
it?
Priceline.com.
Thank you. Priceline.
Oh, he crushed it on Priceline, dude. He was just...
He did. He really
Everybody
became
loved it.
an
I loved
icon
it.
for a whole new generation just from those commercials.
Totally. And then Boston Legal, too. He had a lot of fans from Boston Legal as well.
That's true.
What else you got, Chad?
That's it for me, my friend.
All right, I just got one more. Thought it was pretty cool. The serial number on the ship, I can't remember the exact number, but it's NTE and then followed by a number, which may be the same numbers from the Enterprise, but NTE stands for not the Enterprise. Which I thought was fantastic.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's what I got.
Deaths?
Deaths, lots of them. Pretty much all me and Chad. Benny didn't die.
No.
Yeah, it's true. I had a bad joke, and then you had that Marvin the Martian death was crazy,
Yeah, that's
bro.
pretty egregious.
That was like the bone crusher thing from Nothing But Trouble.
Yep.
And then I had the Omega 13 minutes ago Nug Snipe Death Wish. No, that was your death. That was your death.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then I had a Star Wars death, and then I had another terrible joke. Don't remember what it was.
You had a Matrix death, too.
I did?
Yeah, you...
yeah, you're right. I did mention
talking about the Matrix.
Oh,
and Avatar.
And Avatar.
Oh, is that a thing now,
it's
too?
It's a fucking trifecta, bro.
It's always been.
Wait a second. Has it always been, Ben? Am I just...
Mm-hmm.
We've been debating it for a long time. Every time the Avatar gets brought up, Kev, you get a little grizzly about it, so...
Well, you know what? It's official then now. If it wasn't before, it is now. Okay, so I had a Matrix death, had an Avatar death, I had an Eject on John Larroquette death. God, that was a disaster. And then, Chad, you had the delicious... These deaths are good, man. You had the delicious Who's Laredo death, which was fantastic. Right when we were done talking about it, too. That was great. And then I had the Gary Cole, Bruce Greenwood death, and that's it.
It's a lot of deaths, man. It's a lot of pudding.
It is a lot. It's like almost 10.
You might say, Barry.
It is 10.
What are you doing with all that pudding? That's a lot of pudding.
Barbara Dillbeck.
Barbara Dillbeck.
Good old Barbara, man. She was great. You know what she was great in?
Denzel, Macaulay Culkin.
Babs Dillpickle.
Babs Dillpickle. She was fantastic in that Nolan movie, you know? Good times. Anyway, ratings. I'll start. This movie gets a 11.
Nice.
It's that good. Done.
This is a good movie. Against all other movies in existence, it's not going to get a high rating, but it doesn't mean it's not a good movie. It is a 5.1.
Nice. Okay. Benoit?
It gets beaten by Demolition Man, Con Air, and it beats Gravity because it kind of has to.
Okay.
Yeah, this one absolutely gets a 9.
Wow.
Just to... I mean, I would say 10, but then it would get the highest rating that I've ever given a movie on this podcast, and I can't necessarily do that. But it's another one of those ones that like I will watch anytime it's on. It's just really funny and really great, and yeah,
I agree. I
love it.
How does this kind of movie compare to like a Coming to America or like another like maybe more legendary comedy?
Like equal, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think that the reason why I gave it an 11 is because this is just... I'll tell you what really put it over the 10 for me. Like, I know the rating system only goes to 10, so...
Well, whatever.
This is a special situation here, but like, it was what I said before about how you've got all these brilliant actors. The comedy is brilliant. It's written brilliantly. And then, like, all of a sudden you'll have, like, a serious moment. Like, we didn't talk about Mathisar's death, but, like, it is... Or not his death, but when he's on the torture table, like, it's so good. Like, Tim Allen, too. Like, the way he's, like, explaining how they're just a bunch of loser actors, and you're really feeling it, man. And you're feeling that disappointment, you know? And then Enrico just, like, dials it in and takes the piss out of it at the same time, and he goes, but why? You know, and it's like, it's hysterical, man. But it's also got a lot of great heart and feeling behind it. And that is why this movie gets 11, because it's so beautiful in that way.
Totally fair.
So that's my explanation of that.
Sweet.
That's my explanation of that.
Well, that's us, bro.
That's it.
Benny, you got 50 seconds.
50 seconds. We got to get him out of here. Get him to the life pod now. What Algo Lab? What are we doing next week?
Next week, we're doing Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Oh, my God. Yes. And not 100% sure, but tentatively that previous guest Vince Clarthal will be joining us for that episode, folks. So get excited and stay tuned for that.
Trick shot.
It's a 4-hour movie, so it's going to be a 4-hour podcast.
Ugh. Say bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
See ya.
And that's going to wrap up this week's episode, folks. You can find the show notes in your podcast app of choice or at our website, bbd.fm/episodes/103. If you'd like to support the show, there's a number of wonderful ways you can do that. You can rate us and review us on iTunes or wherever you get your podcast nugs. You know, every time somebody writes us a review, it really helps other people, like, you know, get a sense of what the show is about and helps them decide if they want to check out the show. So we would really appreciate that, folks. You You can also support us through Patreon. Yep. We've got a Patreon page. Yeah, it's on Patreon. Patreon.com/EVD podcast. So throw us a penny or two. We'd love it. Don't forget to follow us on social. We're on all socials using @EVD podcast. So come join in on the conversation. We post a lot of stuff on Instagram. Thanks for joining us for Galaxy Quest, a beloved film by us all, certainly me and Jarhigo. And stay tuned next week for Justice League, the Snyder Cut. I'm very excited about that, and that's going to be fun and interesting. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time, folks.
One for C-Lab, two for Troi, three for Wolverine to round out the trio in this episode. Everybody dies.
Beady. Stop into it.